tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Communion Sunday. So, I know I said in one of my previous videos I was going to go more into as far as the sacred baths and, what you use and how you put it together and just give more information on that. So, before I start, a lot of times people want to say, when they hear you saying something about a sacred bath, or they hear about altars, or they think about rituals and things like that, they get all spooked out and think that it's something evil, something bad, something you shouldn't do. But when something is sacred to you, it's very special. It's a time that is very special to you. It's one of rejuvenation. It's one where you are basically taking care of yourself. And that's what sacred bath is. It's a time that's designated for you to do for you and to actually take care of yourself. As far as bathing goes and doing sacred baths like this, the Indians and the Chinese always felt that there was some kind of spiritual connection to it, and there's a sense of well-being in bathing. So it was a special time, and in some instances they actually did exactly what I'm about to show you now. And if you think that this is just something that is just being said or just being done, just remember the phrase, cleanliness is next to godliness. They said that for a reason, because when you take that time to clean yourself, to bathe yourself, it's actually spiritual in nature. It's not just something we do nilly-willy just to keep our hygiene up, but it not only keeps your hygiene up and takes care of your body, but it also takes care of you mentally as well. Because when you feel that water rushing over your body as you take a shower, you feel rejuvenated, you feel good, and when you come out of it, you feel clean. And to feel clean is to feel purified, okay? So when you do this and you take the time to actually be specific about it, it's actually a purification. And so the purer we are, the closer we are to God. So, and whether you call it God, Yahweh, Source, Spirit, whatever, it's the same energy that we're talking about. So I'm going to get into it, and this is just a demonstration of some of the things that you will need for it. When you're taking a sacred bath, you always want to have a salt, okay? There's actually two salts. One is the Epsom salt. The other is the pink salt, pink Himalayan salt. If you can't get the pink Himalayan salt, sea salt will work as well. You just need something that's going to help cleanse and purify. One of the reasons they use the pink salt is because it has a lot of minerals. The minerals are good for your body and will absorb through your skin as you soak in the bath. Epsom salt is good as a cleanser. It's also good at helping with aches and pains, so it helps to draw stuff out as well. So this is why we use the salt. Salt actually helps to ground you as well. And I know people hear that grounding all the time, but grounding is basically when you feel centered and you feel connected, you feel okay. We go through these things in life, and stresses and issues with our family and children and parents and all of this, and it makes you feel uncentered. It makes you feel unbalanced, and that's when we say you need to be grounded. So salt actually helps ground you. So that's why you use the salts. Another element you can add to it, you can add herbs, you can add flowers, you can add, which I didn't pull out the herbs, but like rosemary, fennel, thyme. These are all things that you can put in your bath, and there's stuff that you just have in your kitchen already. Rosemary, fennel, thyme. You can add that to your bath as well as the flowers, okay? And then we have essential oils. Sometimes I do tea bags. I'll cut open a tea bag, which I didn't grab that either. But I'll cut open tea bags. I have some jasmine here. I have some chamomile that I can't reach. But I have hibiscus. I have like all kinds of teas. And I'm sure you do as well. Like, let's see what I have in this. This is unlabeled. That means that's something somebody gave me. I don't remember what it is. But this is a comfort tea. I could throw that in there. A detox tea. Detox teas are good. Orange spice. What else we have? Some of the stuff I wouldn't want to put in here, like a throat coat. I don't want to put that in there. But this is a Earl Grey, a black tea. You can do green tea. What is this? A Okay, I don't know what this one is too. But there's different teas and stuff that you can add in this. Actually, this is the mixture, the blend that I have, okay? You see all those, that goodness in there? This is rosemary. I got some hibiscus tea, some chamomile tea, like all different kinds of herbs that I just threw in here. I was going to add some lavender. But let me basically go and show you how I put it together, okay? So, like I said, you want to start out with an Epsom salt. Now, this is Dr. Teal's Epsom salt. This cost me $5. I think it was about $5 at Family Dollar. I know you can also get this at Big Lots. Big Lots usually has it for a cheaper price as well, or Marshall's, or just any of those stores like that. You know, they carry it at a really good price. This is one I also got at Family Dollar, a 2-pound thing of Epsom salt. So Epsom salt really doesn't cost that much. And this pink sea salt, I got this at the dollar store. Well, I can't say dollar store anymore because it's $1.25 now. At least here it is. But this was I've got this at Dollar Tree. So we're gonna just move some of this out of the way, and then I can show you. So this jar, this container right here, I got from Dollar Tree as well. But you don't have to. You don't have to spend money on this. You can use, this was a relish jar, okay? So you can use clean it out. You can use it. This was a spaghetti jar. How many of y'all eat spaghetti all the time? You cook it every week. Keep the jar, clean it out. You can use it. Like, this could be your salt jar. And then this relish jar could be one for you that you use for your herbs, and you just keep it by your tub for when you're ready. That's it. And it didn't cost you anything for it. I'm going to get into the bags in a minute. But it's very simple. You just really want a 50-50 mixture. If I can get this open, because I just tore the tag. Let me get some scissors. But, yeah, time. When do you do the sacred bath? I would suggest you do a sacred bath when it is most convenient for you, where you won't be disturbed, okay? So this is the pink salt. I'll put some of that in here. I'm going to use this simply because it's already open. And this is unscented. You can get the one scented if you want to. I just prefer to put my own essential oils in it. And essential oils that I use are Young Living, which is a link below where you can get your own. Young Living is a really good company. A lot of the other companies that you get the essential oils from that you see in the stores, majority of them get their oils and dilute them from Young Living. So you can go get the cheaper ones that's diluted, or you can get the one directly from the source. So I go to the source. Just put all of that in there. So I have all my salt in here. Now you might be asking, well, why don't you just mix the herbs and everything together? Well, I'm about to tell you. So when you mix the herbs into your bath water, it's loose. And I know for me, although it might not be that much of a problem now, when my hair was long before I cut it, the problem I had with that is that as I'm relaxing and chilling in the tub, the herbs and stuff will be on the back of my hair and get tangled into my hair. So what I decided to do was, I'm like, I gotta figure out something else, because I don't like this floating. It's sticking to my skin. It's all over everywhere. Now, if you like it, go for it. 100% go for it. But me, I didn't like it. Okay, so you saw I just shaked it up. Didn't take very long. And now my salts are blended. So this is my the pink salt and the Epsom salt blended together. And all I do is I take this, I'm gonna put the lid on before I dump it. But in my bath, I just go just like that, sprinkle it in there, and I go on about my business, okay? You can put as much or as little as you want in it, because that's your business. It's like Tabitha Brown always say, that's your business. You do what you feel is right for you. But this is the salt mixture. That's it. Just that simple. And like I said, this mixture lasts me, I probably take, I don't know, maybe like 5 baths out of this before I have to fill it up again, 5 or 6. Just depending on how I feel about how much salt needs to be in there. And I don't use a measurement. I just, whatever inside is guiding me and tell me put it in there, that's what I do. So that's the salt for the bath. And as you see, it was very simple to put together. And this, I'm actually going to get a bigger jar because I use a lot of this and I keep having to do this. So I figured since I was doing this for y'all, I would demonstrate it by really showing you guys. So let me pause here for a second. I want to get some of the teas because I did forget the teas. So let me pause for 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I wanted you to know too, I don't do this, but let's say you did this earlier in the day and you needed some extra energy or a boost, or just because you like coffee. You could actually put coffee in this as well. So that's another option. I'm not doing it, but you could. Okay, these are 2 teas. This is a really good brand, and I get this at Dollar Tree, and I really enjoy these brands as far as drinking them as well as using them in the bath. So I'm gonna cut a couple of these open. Let me see if I can smell this to figure out what this is. Okay, so this is some kind of green tea. Yeah, it smells like a green tea. So I'll use a couple of these too. Alright, and then this is one that I picked up. It's a calming tea. Okay, that's the purpose of that. So I'm going to cut open a couple of these. Probably about 4 of those. And let's see. Give me some chamomile. I don't have any hibiscus left. Otherwise, actually, I'll just do all of this. I'll leave me one to drink. And then there's peppermint. I'll do some peppermint ones. What is this? Okay, I don't know what that is. But I'll do some peppermint ones. I am definitely using a rosemary. Rosemary is a nervine, so it actually will help in your tub. It helps rejuvenate and makes you feel better in your tub. Lavender is good for calming and helping you sleep. Rose petals can be cleansing. So, and then if you just want some aesthetics that you want to float in there, you can put this. And the things that you want to actually float, you can add to your salt. Okay? Like if you wanted the rose petals floating in your tub and, you know, feeling all, you know, luxurious, you can put that in there. If you wanted to add some milk, you can add it to your salt. You know, get you some powdered milk and you can add that to it as well. But I'm not doing all of that today. So this is some thyme. So I'm going to add some thyme to it. I don't know why. I'm just being told add some thyme, so that's what I'm doing. And the rosemary. I still want to leave some for cooking. So I'm going to put these in there. And as far as the bags go, oh, the lavender. Let me put some lavender in here. Smells good. Actually, I'm going to use all of this because I have more lavender. And what is this? Oh, jasmine. Yeah, let's put some jasmine in there. Who don't like jasmine? So. And then I'm going to do some roses. Some rose petals. Alright. And now we're going to cut up the tea. And all I do is just cut it open, just like that, and dump it in. So I'm going to fast forward through this because I'm sure you guys don't need to see me opening and dumping all these tea packets. But that's all I'm going to be doing. Oh, this peppermint smells so good. Woo! Wish y'all could smell it. But all I'm going to do is, just like I said, I'm going to just cut these open and add them in there. Just simple like that. And with these, you can actually open them up because they're folded to get all the leaves. But that's all I'm going to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am on the last 4 tea bags that I'm going to add in this. And I do want to say this too. If you have green tea, you can add that as well because green tea is really good for your skin. You can add oatmeal to this if you want it. You know, I don't know if I would want to because, yeah, I don't know if you want to do that. You might not want to do that because that could probably get messy. You can make a oat milk and add the oat milk to your tub. That would be better. But then once you got everything in there, Just give it a nice shake to blend it all up and get it combined. And then you have your herbs for your bath. Now, I do mine on Sunday. Sorry, it's a rose in here that's really huge. Just want to break it up some. I do mine on Sundays. That's when I do my sacred bath. Sundays and usually Wednesdays. To let go of stresses, to let go of issues, to really let go of anything that's going on in my mind or in my life that I need some work on. Or sometimes if I feel like it and it's Sunday, or if it's Tuesday and I feel like I really need to do this on Tuesday, then I'm going to do it on Tuesday. But I do it whenever I feel it's necessary. But Sunday is my day. And if I haven't done it by Wednesday, then I'll do it on Wednesday as well. If I feel like I need to wait until Thursday, then I wait until Thursday. You get what I'm saying? So it's no set rule to it. You figure out and you do what's best for you. Okay? Now, so we have our herb blend. We have our salt mixture. So now what, Toya? Now comes the essential oils. So these are the Young Living ones that I was telling you about. So like I said, Young Living actually supplies a lot of other companies that make theirs. So usually if you buy it in the store, it's a diluted version of these. So if you want to order the Young Living essential oils, the link is down below. And that does support your girl, so go for it. So I have different ones here. It's like a lavender, peppermint, thieves. Thieves is more for cleaning, so I'm not going to use that one. Stress away, peace and calming, and then frankincense. So I add the essential oils to the salt. Okay. The reason for that is I think it absorbs better in the salt and then gets in your tub better to where you can smell it, you can feel it, and to me it's just better. So one of the ones I always add is the frankincense. And as you see, I'm not really measuring or counting. I just do what I feel is necessary. So that's enough. I'm also going to do some of the peace and calm. Because who doesn't need peace and calm when they sitting back taking a bath? And I'm going to do stress away. Because, you know, we have, even if your life is going by like smooth like jelly, you got some stress in your life. So I'm going to do some stress away. All right, so you put that in there. Oh, and some lavender. I didn't want to do. Oh, I put lavender in the thing, so it's fine. If I want to add lavender, I'll just add it before in my tub when I set it up. So just shake it up. That's it. You get it nice and blended, and what ends up happening is those essential oils, because they are so powerful and strong, they actually move through all the salt. So a friend of mine, Rhonda, is the one who told me about this. And I tried it, I did it, and now you can actually see where it is. It's that discoloration right there. I don't know if you can see it from the sunlight. But that discoloration right in here, that's the essential herbs. So just get it mixed through. And then this is good to go. And then you have your essential oils. You have your salt. And you have your herbs. Now, I told you that I do not like the loose herbs in my bath. Okay? So what I do is, this is one that I've used before. So this is just a little bag. These bags I think came from jewelry that I got before. I've gotten them in soap. I've gotten them with jewelry. I've gotten them in all kinds of things that I didn't even realize I would get them. You can also order bags like this on Amazon. Okay? Or some of the jewelry places. You know, like Iron Mountain or what's the other one? I can't think of the other one. But you can, like jewelry bags or whatever, you can order these. They're usually pretty cheap. These are little satchels that I got when I ordered some sacred bath herbs from a young lady. And this is what they came in. So all I do is I just kept them, I emptied them out and cleaned them, washed them in the sink with some soap and water, some warm water, let them air dry, got all the herbs out of it, and I can reuse them. But I prefer these. I really like these because I think the water flows through them a little better. So this is one I had already done. From my last sacred bath I did on Thursday. I think this week I did it on Thursday. But I let them air out. I just put them on the little hook of the bathtub knob, you know, the one that's the stopper. So I just have it hooked on there and let it dry. And then once it's dry, it's really easy. I kept this one so I could show you guys. But it's really easy. I don't put it in a knot. I just do one tie. But then it's really easy to empty it. I'm going to use the salt bag because the herbs are now dried. All right. And then just like that, got the herbs out. And then you just take this and then wash it with some soap and water and then let it air dry and you have another one. So I'm going to use this bag. I don't think I've used this one yet. But I'm going to use this one, and all you do is you fill it up. You fill it up with however much you feel is necessary. Again, this is for you. This is your bath. You do what you feel is necessary. But just remember, you are taking a bath. That's a lot of water. I wish y'all could smell this peppermint. It smells so fantastic. All right. And then I just seal it. And I just do one twist. That's it. And this holds. And so what I'll do is, again, I'll hook this on the stopper as the water is running. So the water runs through it. And then once I get in the bathtub or once I stop the water, I take it and I just dump it into the water. So it's in there the whole time I'm in there. Okay. And these are your herb satchels. And again, like I said, you can get these from the a jewelry supplier, from Amazon, ones that somebody sent something to you in. Like I said, you can get ones like this as well. You can probably make these out of t-shirts. Something simple. Just a simple stitch, 2 stitches. You know, actually, probably one. If you cut them in long rectangular squares, however long you want it, flip it over, sew up the edges, put in a drawstring, and boom, you're done. Okay? So you can probably make them too if you want to. But that's it. So you have your herbs, you have your salt, which are essential oils, and this gets really blended very well. Like you'll smell it all the way down to the bottom, okay? It'll trace down all the way to the bottom, those oils. And then that's it. So just make sure your bath is clean. And then the other thing I wanted to mention as well is when you're doing your sacred bath, as the water is, as you're sitting in the water, that's a good time to meditate. That's a good time to release and let go of a lot of your stresses, a lot of emotional baggage you might have, a lot of things that are weighing on your mind. Let them go. That's your time to work through them and then let it go. And as you drain the water, you can imagine and picture all those issues going down the drain with it. And these issues don't have to be mental, okay? I'm not talking about just mental issues like with your emotions. I'm talking about even physical. Like let's say you have pain in your back. Imagine that pain being pulled out by this water, okay? The salt and the herbs are pulling that pain out of you. And it is draining. That pain is going down the drain with the water as you get out of it. Okay? So that's the thing about the sacred baths. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you actually utilize it because I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. I know in this world, a lot of people think, oh, you on that spiritual tip, this and this. But I'm telling you, there's something to this, okay? This has been around. I think I read somewhere where they've been doing bathing since like 2500 BC. So you're talking about over 4,000 years humans have been doing this. Okay, 4,500 years. People have been doing this. Okay, 4,500 years. People have been taking baths. In some cultures, it is spiritual. It is part of your well-being. And again, that's where we get that phrase, cleanliness is next to godliness. Okay, because it's a purification. And if you use it in that sense and really think about it in that sense, and I know it feels weird and stupid at first when you go to do it, but if you really utilize it and you really go for it and do it, I'm telling you, the results are amazing. Okay, you will feel amazing and you will start to feel when you need it. And then you can just go in there because you already got your stuff made and you can just go in there and do your bath. All right. So I love you guys. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, because if you got something out of it, chances are someone else will as well. Check out the links for Young Living down below to order your own essential oils. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.